Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
RenderForest.com.
Alright, the next one we're going to do is 7.50. It's another section view. We're only going to do a partial section on this one. So I'm going to open up my title, save as. .50. Now I'm going to worry about updating my title block later on. Alright, this one, again, is a lot of circles. This one gets a little more on the complicated side. I'm going to start again with kind of the outside and work my way in. The biggest diameter is 10.221. Zoom out, get the whole thing in there. Alright, next size in is 9.75. That one is going to be hidden. Same center point. Next one in is going to be 7.26. Oop, I did radius. 7.26. That one is going to be center. Same center point here. Next one in is going to be 4.31. That one is for the cylinder on the back side, so that one will be hidden. And still working my way in. Next one is a little raised circle on the front, the face that I can see, so that one's 4.12. Just a tad bit smaller. And then, once my mouse moves, next size in is 3.75. That is, again, the raised section on the front. And then last one is the hole that goes all the way front to back. That one is 2.5. Alright, so I have all those circles. Let me add in some center lines. I'm going to do a vertical and a horizontal one. Alright, now from this front here, next thing is there are some small holes that are around the outside here. There's 4 of them, equally spaced, and they're 0.75 in diameter. So what I'm going to do, I'll do 1.75. Oh, I forgot to change it. Go to object. Now I'm going to take that one. I could use polar array. I'm just going to use copy. Won't really save you that much in time. Now, these aren't exactly where they are on the paper. Alright, on the paper they're going to be rotated 45 degrees. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all the circles. I'll grab the center lines too. I'll use rotate. Alright, I'm picking my base point, so I'm going to pick the center of everything. Then I'm just going to tell it 45 degrees. It'll take it and rotate them that 45 degrees. Alright, there is some more lines in here. This area, I will come back and add those in. We're going to do the section view on this side. So this one It's going to be slightly different. I'm going to bring my section line straight down to the center of the circle. Then instead of continuing down, I'm going to bring it out on a 45. That way it's going to catch the details that are going to be here eventually, and it's also going to show the details of where this circle is. The hidden line behind it, I'm going to bring that back. You can also use trim, but I just grabbed the handle, moved it back. Add in my arrows. Place one right about there. Copy, grab it, grab the base point, place it there. I'll use rotate 45. There we go. So I have the majority of my front view. Like I said, there's still some details. It's just easier to transfer them from other views. Now if I start my section view, I'll start with the big circle first. I could bring it over to, I just typed it in because I remembered it was 10.221. Alright, now the thicknesses. This circle, this part, is kind of like a rim around the outside. It is only 0.38 thick. I bring it up, over. Alright, now I'm going to bring the hidden circle next size up. Alright, this part is 0.94 thick. Get my cursor to lay right, 0.94. Line up, bring it over. Working my way down. This hidden one is the cylinder that comes out of the back. Alright, it doesn't flat out give me that dimension, so I'll have to do a little math here. If you haven't noticed, let me get out of the line command. There's a little calculator, the calculator button here. I'll jump up over here. So if I have 7.75 as a total length, subtract 0.38, subtract 0.94, subtract front section that sticks out, which is a total of 0.56, equals 5.87. Let me double check, make sure I'm not goobering something up. Nope. Alright, so that's the remaining distance. Get rid of that. Bring this circle over. 5.87. I will bring over and grab that one. Circle. Up to the front here. Alright, so I kind of have everything on the outside. Let me trim before stuff starts getting too befuddled in here. Alright, now these object circles are ones that are going to stick out from this face. So if I go from this one, that one sticks out 0.38. Bring the bottom of it over. this one comes the rest of the distance out. Now I'm going to cheat so I don't have to do the math in my head or with a calculator. All the way from the back all the way to the front is going to be the total, so 7.75. That gives me that last little bit of distance there. Bring the bottom of the circle over. And trim that back, trim that, and trim there. The last one is the circle here. That is the hole that is drilled all the way front to back, total depth. Alright, now easy stuff first. There's a couple fillets. This is another one that just kind of gives me the rough rule. Fillets and rounds are all radius 0.12. So if I do fillet, radius 0.12. Now, here to here is rounded. Feet here and here is rounded. Here to here is rounded. And then it is the exact same on the bottom. Here, here, here. Now, where these two meet, it is another radius. This is one that is listed different. This one's a radius 0.19, and you're going to run into a problem if you try and do radius 0.19. Select one, select the other. Invalid. Fillet radius too large. That means the space is too small for the partial circle you're trying to put in there. So we have to cheat the system a little bit. What I'm going to do is tan radius. And we zoom in nice and close. Select this face, select this face, and then if I tell it 0.19, I get my circle. Now it isn't flat on touching. I zoom in really far, right there, and same right there. So what I'll have to do, so I bring this one over, move, grab it from where it intersects, and move it over. Same thing here, zoom in nice and far, move, select the circle, not click on this corner, but where it intersects, and bring it over so it meets up. Once you do that, you should be able to trim, select both of those, and trim that off. And basically these two lines you can get rid of. Bottom, same thing. To save myself some time and effort, I'm going to delete those lines. I'm just going to use mirror, select it, hit enter, grab my midpoint, bring it down. If I have that, I have all those. Now, two things. I'm going to bring this hole over. Now, what you have to kind of think when you do a section view like this is it's not here and then bring everything over. When you do the section, you're going to straighten this line out and kind of move everything down. So the easy way of doing that, well, not a straight on easy way, but alright, this center line, the circle, is going to be where the center of the circle is. So if I bring a line over, and then if I do offset the radius instead of the distance, So these are 0.75 diameter. So it would be, instead of 3/4, it would be 3/8. Offset this up, offset this down. I can delete these two. Now I have my 0.75 hole there. So now that's good. It's almost, like I said, taking this and kind of folding it down, making this a straight line. On here, last thing before we do the hatching, there is a groove on the back here that's cut in. Alright, on the paper it tells me from this back edge to the center of this groove is 3 inches. So I'm going to do offset 3, bring this up. We're going to use offset again. It tells me the groove is 0.75 by 0.19 deep. So if I do the same thing, if I do 3/8 offset, offset, that'll give me these kind of boundaries for the groove. Now if I do offset 0.19, offset down, offset up, now I have the groove. You do trim, select everything, here, work my way down, there and there, there and there. Alright, the inside corners are rounded, so it's a fillet, radius 0.12, just like this one, all these. Select, 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 select. Again, most of this is symmetrical, so if you're ambitious or slash smart, you could do most of just one side and just mirror it down. Only a handful of things are different. Now, in this groove, there is a small hole that's drilled. The radius of the hole is 0.12. So if I do offset, if this is the center point here, radius 0.12, offset one side, offset the other. Trim, trim, trim. It doesn't even go through the bottom here. It's just it's an oiler fitting. So if there's like a shaft in here rotating, you could add oil to this and kind of lubricates the whole thing. So section view, pretty much all done. Let me add in my hatching, doing the dimension layer. Alright, this one, we'll say it's an oil bearing, so we'll say it's made of brass. Just to start getting used to some of the different types of materials. So I select brass, select, select. Alright, a whole lot of lines. A good rule of thumb is, whatever the pattern is, you don't really want to run with object lines, lines that are there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on an angle. I'm going to change the angle from 0 to 30. Put on an angle. And I'm also, that's a whole lot of lines. I'm going to change the scale to 2, and that will space them out. Basically, the space in between gets twice as big. So that's where all the hatching would be. So I have this view, section view all done. For the top then. Yeah, this is a way to save yourself a ton of time, effort, and energy. Instead of doing all that whole thing all over again, select your right side, click mirror, click the center of your original, snap on a 45-degree line, hit enter, and you got majority of the top. There's some things that are different. For example, This hole won't be there, it'll be in the middle. These inside lines are going to be hidden. This is going to be a different spot, so I'm just going to delete that. Alright, now a lot of these lines need to be reconnected because it's not being cut through. I can see the outside. I can see kind of the edge between the two pieces. So if I bring that one, this one here, I'll make sure I get the right spot. Pretty much anywhere it changes diameter from one size to the other, you'll need a line connecting across. We got the groove here. Alright, it wasn't letting me zoom out far enough, so I had to regen. Alright, now, a couple things to finish this one up. The holes on the outside here, I bring hidden lines up, bring it from the side, there's one side, bring it from the other. She went on an angle. Straight up. There we go. We add in a center line through the center point. I'm doing that. Let me add a center line all the way through the top view. Alright, so I got that. The other side, space out the same, and they're going to stack over top of each other if you're looking straight down. So I'll take this mirror, click along that center line, got my other set. On here, if I come from the midpoint over to the center line, that's just a quick, dirty way of getting the point I need. Center radius. Radius is 0.12. And I got the little oiler bearing hole that is drilled in there. That is one of the things that I need to bring down through here. Alright, same thing with the groove. Now the groove, if I remember correctly, lines up with the line that's already there, but I'll double check. So if I do a center radius, click my center point, and if I touch the bottom edge of the groove, bring it flat over, keep it lined up. Oh, I was wrong. So that's the big diameter, and that's where the groove is. If you dimension here, you should get the depth of the groove, which is 0.19, which just for double check, yep, 0.19. And then hidden lines are going to go, and they're going to get caught on all these other little lines, so I'm going to leave it attached. It's going to go from the circle I just brought over all the way down to the inside. Delete that line. Again, symmetrical, select it. This is going through my center, so mirror it around. There you go. There's all the parts you need drawn, and then you just need to come back in, add in your dimensions, which you should have plenty of practice with and be fine with now. And that's the section view for 7.50.